Hey guys! Recently I've been seeing a bunch of these OC generating challenges going around where people will draw the individual different looks. It's not like generative AI. Don't even threaten me. Anyway, I've been seeing a lot of people doing them recently, and there's this creator on TikTok who does it, and I love the way that theirs come out. So I thought, I'm bored enough and I have time to waste, so I may as well do it and make a little video out of it. So yeah. Okay, so the first one that I did, I got these prompts. I've got the screen recordings. I don't know if I have the screen recordings for all of them, but I didn't cheat. And if you think I cheated, then continue to think that. Okay, I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna fight for my right here. I didn't. It is what it is. But anyway, the first character, all of the prompts were great until I got to the outfit and the hair options. I felt like those were the most limiting, if you know what I mean. I felt like it was very difficult for me to envision how to put them together. So you'll actually see that in my sketch, I kind of removed the top. Now, before anyone comes for me, just think about it for a second. Why am I gonna spend an hour drawing feathers to put clothing over those feathers? And I also forgot to draw the shirt. So that's a bit awkward, but you know. I got one item of clothing in there, so we're just gonna take what we can get. I actually really enjoyed making this. I feel like this is a fun creative challenge, and it's also good when you don't really know. I didn't have any video ideas at the time, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put myself in a box and force myself to draw something that I may not want to draw. But this one, I actually really like the way that she came out. I think she looks pretty cool. She looks a bit like angry, which I was kind of going for. I wanted to give her a bit of an unsettling look, kind of owl-like. I don't think I was able to do that, but I still think she looks pretty cool, you know what I mean? Ta-da! Do we love it? Do we love it? Do we love it? I think it came out good, and I think I was able to stick to the criteria I was given, except from the outfit, okay? I will admit, I strayed when it came to the outfit. But everyone has their flaws. Nobody is perfect, okay? And that is me when it comes to clothing. I cannot draw a beautiful bird lady and then cover her up with a giant t-shirt. I can't do it. This next one is by far my favorite out of the three that I decided to draw. I don't know, I saw the motifs and I just knew, I had this vision in my mind. I'm talking fallen angel. Obviously that's fallen angel's unoriginal. That's boring. Boo, 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 poison. Poison, that's not an original. Okay, I'm just a girl. If I have a cool motif idea, I'm gonna do it. But while I was doing the sketch, it's really hard to tell, and I ended up kind of messing it up in the end, so RIP. But I decided that because I was playing around with perspective and trying to get better at doing dynamic posing with anatomy without using an image reference underneath, because obviously this character's arm is very much in the forefront, if you know what I mean. It's not really the central piece of the drawing. I'd actually say the wings or the face end up being the central piece, but his arm takes up a whole lot of the screen. So I didn't want to just leave it bare. So I decided to give him an arm tattoo, because I never draw tattoos, because the issue with having OCs with tattoos and wanting to draw your OCs over and over again is that it becomes really difficult, especially when it comes to animation. It's just too much effort. But I thought I'd put this effort in for you guys, because I love you. I'd put this effort in. So this character has a tattoo on his arm, which is a religious symbol tattoo. So you'll see there's a woman, which is representation of Eve. There's a skull sideways, which is meant to be Adam. Then obviously there's the snake. That's the most obvious part. And then the woman fades out into being spider lilies. I know spider lilies aren't really. I don't think they're seen as like a negative symbolism. I'm pretty sure I'm saying this just with basic knowledge, but I'm pretty sure they were meant to be about like guiding people to the afterlife, or like something. I'll put the actual like description up on the screen. But that's the kind of instant thought I had. And then also I wanted to give them both the skull, which has horns as well, by the way, and Eve, like what are they called? Like a wedding, you know, the thing that goes over your head? Veil. A wedding veil. Anyway, let me cook. But for some reason, like when I was coloring out something, the veil layer like deleted. So the final product doesn't have it. So that's a bit upsetting, but you know. This is the final of this little mini-series, and the one that I struggled with the most. I think it was because already the prompts I was given was so random, and I felt like a lot of them clashed against each other. I just realized now that I also forgot to add like the blood to it. We're just gonna pretend I remembered. R.I.P. But this is the one I struggled with the most, especially with the pose. You'll see I end up designing like a whole pose for the beginning. I get to line art and then decide I don't like it. But yeah, that's the end of this little mini-series. Comment if there's any drawing challenges you guys would like to see, and if I have the time, I'll make them.